Hey everyone, so for my choice I went with Frogger, and I thought I would go with that one because of it being a cult classic. Don't mind the screen, I was just having a little bit of trouble in the beginning, and I was just loading a few credits into the game, and it has a kind of like a tone at the beginning as you load each coin into it, and then I went ahead and started the game. So Frogger definitely has a lot of visual color to it, and I started off pretty poor. It took a second to kind of get used to how the game had to interact. You can't get too close, even though I felt like I wasn't touching something, it still registered it. So the way that it kind of registers if you're on or off a pad is definitely a little bit tedious. So as I was going through, I actually made it on the second run, and you fill in all the portions. I found out you had to fill almost like right to left. When I did, I tried to go into any of the middle, and it just wouldn't work for me. So the game definitely, as you can see, has those quirks to it where, like I said, I felt like I was trying to get into that spot, but it wasn't registering, and I was just a little bit off, so I lost that round. Um, it's really fun, even though it's super simple. The graphics are a lot lower quality than I was expecting. Um, in that era, though, I mean, that is sort of expected, but for me, as a gamer of my generation, this was definitely a lot lower than what I was used to, and especially now, looking at the graphics that are on games. So I died multiple times. As you can see, you're given 3 lives, so you have to fill up all 5 chambers with the 3 lives remaining. So I went through another round. That's why I loaded several coins because I knew I was going to end up probably losing the first version. I was able to pass the second one. So after a few tries, you kind of start getting used to how the game feels and how it plays. Some of the turtles will disappear, so you have to prepare for that. And it definitely starts to get a little more stressful as you go through. Definitely, my hands started to sweat a little bit as I went through it because the game has that like stress factor that you need to keep moving or you'll get squished. And so I went through and tried to fill right to left, and I got through. I believe this was my third attempt playing it without the camera, and then this was my first attempt getting it on film. I believe this would be my last one. I don't think I got any further than this version or filling up the 3 frogs out of the 5. So it is quite challenging, but when you get one, you do feel rewarded that you were able to do the task at hand. And it's kind of repetitive, so that does get a little redundant. But overall, the game was really interesting to play and kind of a throwback to seeing what others experienced in the older days.